I do not understand why it does that. Today, we're going to be seeing this thing. As well as schoolfish. But, yeah. Hello everyone, this is Sarah Fallon playing Commander Keen Episode 4. Yeah, we are on this save just outside the Well of Wishes. Yeah, every other level is complete, we just have the Realm of the Dopefish left. I remember this level being kind of a pain even on easy, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Okay, jump button does seem to give you a bit of a speed boost. Fire button does absolutely nothing. And those will shoot at you if you're lined up with them, which... Yeah, and your hitboxes... Yeah, your collision area is really weird in the water. You have this mines to look out for. We have points as usual. But yeah, one of the troubles I have with this level is, again, it's not clear what your collision radius is, or hitbox, whatever. There's a 1-up. And there's a Dopefish. It just ate something, apparently, or at least thought it did. There's 2 Dopefish. Yeah, I think they're eating the schoolfish. So, I guess these can act as decoys? There's probably something up there, but I didn't explore. Here's another Dopefish. Yeah, we are underwater for this level, which means the normal platforming controls don't apply. The jump physics don't apply. You're in a scuba gear with an air tank, and you just press a direction to move in that direction. There is a bit of gravity, so you can go faster down than up. It takes a bit to accelerate. If you're idle, you slowly fall. You can press the jump button for a little burst of speed, like I mentioned. And yeah, like I said, I'm not sure what my hitbox is. One of the things I find very easy to do is just get caught on the terrain like this. Like, it looks like I should be falling off at that point, and no. You have just enough collision that your feet don't slip off. And yeah, they're basically boss bass from Mario 3. I feel like there's been going to be a lot of accidentally kicking the mines. Yeah, I got past it fine the first time, and not since. They do hopefully give you an extra life there, so it's a little less punishing than it could be. But still. And there's that constant air bubble noise. Yeah, I'm not actually sure how you're intended to evade those. It's almost swam into the mine. Your water control is decent, but I wouldn't call it good. And I believe they're harmless while they're digesting their last meal. Or rather, burping. And I got caught between two of them. And they both burped. And we've got the "you've got to eat your vegetables" music. Yeah, those just shoot if they see you. Yeah. It's that kind of level. I can't even be mad. And yeah, it did actually eat the fish. There's now one less following me. Oh. Flushing those hurts. I thought it was just their shots, but apparently not. And of course you can't use your own shots underwater, because that would be too easy. Yeah, backtrack too far. I was hoping to kind of lure it away from where I want to go. Yeah, there are probably people who are actually good at this, but... I'm not one of them. Yeah, I'm trying to get it to eat the little fish, and they're not cooperating. Maybe if I try to attract a few more of them. Also, it seems like you slowly drift a bit to the right when you're idle. Yeah, I'm not even getting past the first Dopefish half the time. Well, more than half the time. Like, there has to be a better way to do this. Oh, that didn't help. I was hoping the ledge there would kind of block it, but nope, no such luck. Maybe if I just kind of go, I would have gone right into it. And if it weren't for that mine, this would be slightly less bad. But I need to time that as well as avoiding the Dopefish. It just feels like a bit much. And it's not like you can hide. That almost worked. Yeah, at this point I'm just repeatedly tapping the jump button to go faster. It does seem to favor diagonals. I might be onto something there if I could execute a little better. Yeah, they may be stupid, but they're good swimmers. And this area is a little too narrow for my tastes. Wait, am I actually down a life? There. Okay, so I got a little further. Well, there might be something past that one Dopefish up there. I just don't know. And that's just points, so this is a dead end. Alright, and it's defaulting to the last thing I loaded, rather than the last thing I saved, which is... I don't know, I think questionable behavior. Alright, I want to see if there's anything up there, so... God mode should protect you from Dopefish. So Jawbreaker, some soda, and that's about it. And of course those don't hurt the fish, or anything else. That would be too easy. Alright, let's make sure God mode is off. So yeah, have to go this way to find anything of interest. Do I want to go up or right? Let's keep going right. Yeah, I don't think it could fit in here, so it seems to lose interest, at least briefly. That's enough to slip past. There's more Dopefish over there. Yeah, on top of all the Dopefish and other obstacles, I don't actually know where I'm going. Oh, there. That's where I'm going. Okay. Problem is how to get there. Okay, what if I go up at this junction? Some free points. Getting caught on the terrain again. Can't actually go through there. That Dopefish looks like it's stuck. Okay, I just got lucky there. I thought I accidentally had God mode on, but obviously not. Alright, because God mode persists when you load a game, or whatever state you had it in when you loaded, not when you saved. So yeah, that way is really nothing, except a few points. And there's a Dopefish at the top of it, just to be a jerk. You might as well grab the free points. Get a few more fish following me. The thing is, I think you're supposed to bait the Dopefish into eating those instead of you. And as such, the more you have following you, the better. The problem is actually doing that. Yeah, because it goes straight for you. And being shot at the same time doesn't make this any easier. Or running into mines. Psst. Yeah, this level is just rude. It's not what the game is designed for. It's not really that well designed. It's not clear what your hitbox is. It's not clear how you're supposed to avoid Dopefish. Those really shouldn't hurt you. It's bad enough that they can shoot. Yeah, I wanted to see if there's more to the right. There. That's how you're supposed to deal with Dopefish. If you can get it to work. Yeah, I think there's nothing there except more points. As it looked like the path up from where I was went to... Yeah, the path up here. It looks like that goes to the council member. Now, let's just explore. That does not sound like a bomb. Yeah, this leads to points and nothing else, and a very confused Dopefish. Okay, so up it is, if I can manage to go up without getting eaten. Or blown up, or shot. And here we're in too narrow a section to get Dopefish, so... Now I just need to figure out where to go next. And survive doing so. Yeah, that just goes back there. Don't know if I can slip past that or not. And there's only a soda there anyway. Let's save again. Yeah, I can see the council member up there. It just gets stuck in the ceiling. Well, that's just rude. I should have seen it, but still. I thought once I got to the gate I was home free, and nope. Was trying to bait that Dopefish to the left, and I just got shot for my trouble. And the first one got me. Feels like I'm playing chicken with a Dopefish. Ah, come on. Why did it not go for the schoolfish? It was right in front of it. There. That should do it. If I can get through the gate in one piece. Okay. And, yeah. You're the last one, fella. Let's both get back to the Oracle Chamber. Yeah, he's underwater, but they're apparently immortal or something. They're chanting whatever they're chanting. This is really an impressive way to activate this monolith of ancient wisdom. Click. Yeah, there's just a switch on the back. Everyone be silent. The Oracle is about to speak. Maybe it's got a dead battery or something. So Saturday morning cartoon. Actually, isn't that standard galactic alphabet on it? A, C, M, Acme, O, R, A, Acme Oracle. Yeah. The Shikadi are a race of shadow beings from the far side of the galaxy. You are here, they are here. They are building an Armageddon machine, or Armageddon, and are planning to blow up the galaxy with it and destroy the world and everything inside, and rebuild it to suit their needs. They live on the third planet of the Korath system, which is 71,000 light-years from Gnostice's 4. The Armageddon machine is almost complete, and this is what they look like. Okay. The Shikadi are toast. Thanks for the scoop, Oracle. I'm out of here. Up, over, and gone. Meanwhile, back on Earth. That's right, because he stunned his parents on the way out because... yeah. Oh dear. To be continued. Don't miss the Armageddon machine, or Armageddon machine. The shocking conclusion of Goodbye Galaxy, where you'll see what the Shikadi look like, the insides of the Omegamatic, lots of weird robots and aliens, cool shots of galaxy exploding, plus one or two big surprises. Call right for the Armageddon machine now. But what about the janitor? You have to beat this whole super hard secret level, although maybe not as hard as the Well of Wishes, to be honest. Just to rescue him. Not to mention finding it first. And then he's not even mentioned in the ending. That seems kind of... I don't know. But yeah, we've cleared Keen 4. Mostly legitimate, although with a bit of overuse of saves. So now, let's do an easy mode, throw on God mode, and jump cheat. Just to see a bit how different some things are. So first stage, really not that much different. I think it's a little less densely populated with enemies. But that's about it, really. Again, it's the first stage. I'd be more interested in some of the more advanced stages. Slug Village, I think, was another stage that didn't really have much to it. There's probably a few less slugs, and that's about it. Oh, there's ice cream up there. I don't know if I noticed that before. There's a sky pest hanging out near the exit. That's about it. Yeah, what I really wanted to check were the secret level and the islands. So to get to the islands, well, I don't even need to do that. I can just do... No, I guess it doesn't give you the wetsuit. Never mind. No, it's here where you fell down from pretty far into the level. This part is mostly the same. I think there were some sky pests in here on hard, but same general concept. Yeah, you can actually jump over that, although you may need the jump cheat to be able to clear it entirely. But yeah, I wanted to check the secret level and the islands. Right, it's Pyramid of the Moons that has access to the secret. Just use the tab cheat to get the keys, so I don't have to go find the actual one. Is this the one that went to the basement? Yes. So you need to first come over here, unlock this to free these inchworms, flip the switch so the bridge is extended, and then herd them all together. I would fast forward this if it were pre-recorded, but it's not. Looks like we've got half a foot. Yeah, wanted to make sure I wasn't leaving one behind. 8 or 9 inches. I think this is number 9 here. Yeah, they do follow you, they're just kind of slow. There's 9, there's 3 more there. And there's her foot. So yeah, Pyramid of the Forbidden on easy. You still have the looks right out the gate, but they're not really a threat. You just stun them and that's that. These don't seem to be shooting, so that's a huge difference. Also, apparently you can just duck under the shots like that. A little easier than jumping over them. No slug here. That's significant. No slug here. That's huge. This was probably the most difficult part of the area for me. Because you need to be ducking, standing on this platform and ducking to get through this part. But while you're on the platform, you can't hit the slug because your shots go too high. And you can't jump down off of it, so you have to kind of be pressed right up against the edge here when it goes by, so you can drop onto there and then shoot the slug before it runs into you. Easier said than done. Hey, there's one sky pest. Looks like there's 4 of them, which is more than you'd normally see in one place, but I feel like there are about a dozen on hard. because the jump cheat, we can just skip most of this. Of course, if I really wanted to skip things, I could put on the no clipping. Yeah, this is not much changed. I think there's... Yeah, there's no slugs. But the basic room is the same. You still need to go over there, get the green gem to get the red gem, to go to the right to get the blue gem. Here's some donuts. They are not spider donuts made of spiders by fighters for fighters, but they're still donuts. And here... Yeah, I'm not seeing any sky pests, and the slugs are gone too. So, just platforming, dramatically easier. Okay, I am going to use no clipping here, because otherwise this just takes too long. So, it's in... That's not where I wanted to go. There we go. This last room, I don't think ever had any hazards. Oh, and that's where the exit is. So you talk to this guy, he's like, yeah, I'm just a janitor. No respect for janitors. It's kind of horrible. It's out of curiosity. Yeah, I wasn't expecting there to be anything out here. And no, you actually have to fall. Actually, does no clipping work on the map? It does. And it turns off as soon as you enter a level, which is good. Okay, I never found this. So how did you get here? You have to go from here? Up to that? Unless there's one of those invisible platforms. Alright, let's uglify the world. No? No hidden platforms here. That gives you enough height, but I don't think it's enough distance. Unless there's something that turns the lifts on higher. I'm not seeing nearly as many as the fire guys. There was one guarding this area on hard. There's several up on the surface where I've been. There were rocks here. No, that is an elevator thing, isn't it? Yeah, there's one of the fire guys. Okay, that extends the elevator out here. So you could then ride it over onto this one. Actually, was that hiding behind the cloud before? It probably was. But yeah, you can get on that, ride it over here, which you can then go to here, which you can then take to this, and get the ice cream there. And drop down safely, because it stops short of the fire. But yeah, that gives you access to here. gave you access to this to get you past that guy. And yeah, on easy you can just go straight through here and get the gem. But on hard there was one of the firemen, so you can't go through because you can't pass them. What just happened? I don't know. Yeah, there was one here, which there isn't now. There were a bunch up on these platforms, and I'm not seeing any. Yeah, is there only that one in the entire level on easy? Because, yeah, that does make it dramatically easier. Yeah, enemies you can't stun are the worst. So if you turn the enemies you can't stun, or you remove all the enemies you can't stun, except one that's easy to avoid, that pretty much trivializes the level. Yeah, and here, the thing I never explored, you just bounce across these to get that ice cream and try not to fall in the tar. Yeah, it's showing the collision data. Okay, it does work here. There's one mine, two mines. I think there was a shooter earlier on hard. There's only one here. There were two on hard. The first Dopefish is just not here at all. There's that one, but that one's easy to avoid because you just keep going. Yeah, it doesn't look like this one is here, so these are basically free points. So yeah, if I'd been playing on easy, I would have gotten this far with no difficulty. This Dopefish is gone. I think they called them sprites, that's gone. So again, if you're playing on easy, no real threats to this point. Yeah, that one's gone. Not the Dopefish, the shooty thing, so the soda there's easy to get. We got some mines, but they're not hard to avoid. This shooter's gone. And yeah, the ceiling here is not entirely solid, which is weird. This Dopefish is gone, so this short's trivial. The shooters there are gone. There's one Dopefish here, and no shooter in here. So yeah, two Dopefish in the entire level on easy. Felt like there were about a dozen on hard. So, yeah. And Keen does not react at all to the incomprehensible glowering. So, yeah, I think there was one of these I wanted to look at, but I forget which one, and So, yeah, this was Goodbye Galaxy. Well, part 1 of Goodbye Galaxy. Commander Keen Episode 4, Secret of the Oracle. And yeah, Well of Wishes on hard is just pure evil. The Dopefish do not kid around. Oh, 3 in a row. Without even having to do anything. Anyway, this has been Aerophone playing Commander Keen. I think next week I'll do something different. Kind of a break before going to Keen 5. Come to think of it, I haven't done any Toho this year. I normally have, well, the past 2 years I've had Danmaku December. Played some Toho games, so maybe do that next week. Oop. Just a little too far. Yeah, because if you're playing Paddle War on Keen's wristwatch, you want to hit the ball right off the edge of the paddle to get those angles. But if you go a little too far, you don't hit the ball at all. Anyway. Yeah, feel free to check out the archives for the whole Keen series to this point. And yeah, it feels like a shebang that sometimes you're actually seeing the ball go through the edge of the paddle. And yeah, first to 21.